Hi there, good evening everyone. And this is Irfan Nurani. Yet again, I've come up with another amazing human being on my podcast. So, for people who don't know me, and if you're tuning in for the first time, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Irfan Nurani, India's first Merchant Navy officer turned clarity coach. And with this work, with this channel that I've started on this platform podcast, I would reach out to millions to help people understand and enlighten them to know that there is much more that they can create for themselves. With clarity comes in superpower. So this is one of my fourth podcast called Clarity Conversation with Irfan. So, today I have an amazing human being with me. He is from Hyderabad, and what a phenomenal guy. And, I've recently known him in the journey of transformation, in the journey of coaching. We crossed each other's path. His name is Mr. Prakruthi Umma Mahesh, and he is a speaker, author, life transformation coach. Mr. Prakruthi Umma Mahesh is a leading spiritualist who has guided millions of lives through his meditative and spiritual activities over the last 20 years. He is a young spiritual scientist who preaches spirituality as a lifestyle, a science that can be used to live life more wonderfully, more successfully, comfortably, and easily. As I said, he's an author, speaker who has brought about new excitement to life around the world by conducting thousands of sessions. Right. Also a veteran for the last 25 years in corporate experience as well. So, Umar Mahesh actually has also written more than 3,000 quotes and made about more than 300 videos, which are useful for youth to achieve their goals and their life to be confident and more happy. Now, he's also authored this amazing book, which has became the Amazon bestseller as well, called Think Differently, in which he uses a simple guide to help people become successful, happy wherever they are, right? And he's also achieved won some awards called Dhyan Vidyamani Award by PSSM in 2004, Guru Saman Awards by L&T 2007, Vegetarian Ambassador by VSSM in 2018 as well. So welcome, Prakruthi Umma Mahesh. I'm so happy and delighted that you are here with me today for this amazing conversation. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Irfan ji, for taking me to this call and this session. I'm really feel pleasurable and I really thank you for supporting me in many ways for more giving more clarity in my journey towards my own goals. And I'm
Amazing.
happy to share whatever I understood in my journey.
Sure. So, Umma Mahesh, I'm really intrigued, because I know there are a lot of people who look up to you in your region that you do work, right? And I think, can you remind me what language you are prominently doing your work? You're not doing it Hindi or
Yeah,
English.
most of the yes, I have done in Telugu,
Okay,
especially in Telugu states, that is Andhra and Telangana. Almost
great.
more than 20 years I've been working here.
Wow.
Even I have traveled all over India also, even up to Jammu
Yes,
Kashmir I went
yes.
for many years. But major work I have done in Telugu states.
Bravo. So, Umma Mahesh, I'm really intrigued because probably this is the first time I'm asking you this question in the last one and a half years that I've known you. So were you already a spiritual person always, or you had some kind of an epiphany or a transition where you said, you know what, this is the road that I must take for me to get enlightened myself and help people get enlightened about spiritual aspect of life?
Yes. As you said, there was a transition. Actually, I never used to believe spirituality or anything, any babas, anything. I was always against all these things, and I always used to believe that science is the only way, and that was the reason I never used to go to even temples also. But
Okay.
at the time of my engineering first year, that is in 1995, I got
Okay.
engineering seat, but along with that, I got a lot of other issues, health issues, because of over hard work in my life and my
Oh,
achievement of engineering seat.
wow.
Uh, so I was a topper till that time, and by joining engineering seat because of medium problems, because of ragging, because I don't know the world other than college. Because I was a good
Mm.
student, I was only to the college. I never used to go anywhere. So because
Okay.
of ragging and all, I was disturbed a lot, and health issues came into picture into my life. So because of which, I became a failure student in my BTech first year. Then I thought of
Oh,
recovering
wow.
myself. I was searching for a way. So somehow through my one of my cousin, I found this way that is called as meditation and spirituality. Initially, I have not believed. Forcefully, he has made me to sit in meditation, and I practiced for some days. Then by experience, I understood that yes, meditation and spirituality is useful to
Wow.
recover, recreate, especially myself.
Right.
So within few months, I could recover, and I could again become a good student.
Hmm.
And for many years, I practiced almost for 4 5 years. I understood whatever the spiritual science. I went through many books suggested by my guru, and I started applying on myself. I started changing
Okay.
my thinking pattern. So after 4 years of
Right.
rigorous work on myself, I understood that there is a lot to share with others. There are many people in this world who are in
Right.
need of this kind of knowledge. So in
Right.
99, I have decided I should work for this. I should help people
Right.
all over the world. So
Yeah.
from that day onwards, since 99, I've been working almost every day to help people with the way
Right.
of spirituality. It is not about rituality.
Understood.
Rituality is different. Rituality means everybody will have their own way of respecting God. In spirituality, I
Hmm.
mean to say the science of life, how to think or how to be better in life or wherever you are. So that's what i
Right.
i think as spiritual sciences.
Sure. So, Mahesh, when you say that you went through a tough period
Yes.
during your college, and
Yeah.
because of the ragging and because of the people around you, they you got affected, right? So,
Yes. Yes.
like you're saying that that was so grave that you decided to take a turn. You decided to come out on, and so when you started the spiritual practices, were you still working somewhere, or were you doing something else along with this, or you just like took a sharp turn saying, you know what, I want to focus
No.
my energies just by, huh?
No, I was a student at that time.
Hmm.
Along with daily going to college, every day evening I used to go to meditation center, do meditation there, and
Okay.
regularly read the books like Vivekananda, Paramahansa Yogananda,
Great.
Osho Rajneesh has helped me a lot of books. Books of almost 600 books of Osho Rajneesh I have read. So they
Wow.
have helped me a lot in changing my thinking patterns, especially
Right.
if the way we think is a problem. Huh? So situation was not the problem. The way we think was the problem. So
Right.
I understood how I can celebrate myself wherever I am, whatever I am, by going to the
Got it.
Osho Rajneesh books. Then
Got
later
it.
I went through many books like Deepak Chopra, Seth, Robin Sharma, Eckhart Tolle, many New Age spiritual masters especially
Sure.
helped me in changing my way of thinking.
Right.
So later on I have joined as a software engineer. Almost last 20 years I've been working as a software engineer, as a project manager.
Okay. So you're still doing your professional
Yes,
career as a software engineer.
yes, yes,
Okay, brilliant. So you've managed to balance both the worlds, where you're aligned with your inner world, and also you are working in a way outside that you're producing results, you're producing the material thing that is required to live life. Is that correct to
correct,
say?
correct.
Bravo.
So
So
because
if
because in my
yeah, go
way,
ahead.
spiritual world is not different from physical world. So
Sure.
the spirituality is like science, driving science, with which you can drive your life, maybe in office, maybe in shop, at
Sure.
home, everywhere in the world. So that is why.
Awesome.
That's why I'm able to
Awesome.
balance.
Yeah, because it beautifully sinks in into your life if you do it the right way. You mean, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So, Umesh, also help us understand. So, when you did the transition, you started balancing out.
yeah,
Give me. So, Umesh, I want to ask you this question.
yeah,
I understand that you started transitioning yourself from this, kid who was like fearful or afraid because of the bullying going on, or because of the ragging going on, and with the meditation center support, you started going through and doing certain practices. So, what were those practices, and what is the result that you started seeing that made you realize this is powerful? I need to do more of it, and I mean, maybe down the line I want to teach someone. So what was that? What are those things, practices, and the results?
yeah. I started doing there one of the meditation technique called as Anapanasati, which was actually devised by Buddha. It is about observation of natural breath. That was very simple technique which anybody can do. Immediately they can learn and practice. So observation of natural breath. So I used to
Right.
sit by closing eyes in a pyramid, under a pyramid, where for half an hour, 1 hour I used to do meditation.
Okay.
Because of
Okay.
which I could observe a lot of silence in me. There was a lot of disturbance in my inside because of challenges I got in my life.
Right.
So lot of turbulence. Whereas even I used to think to commit suicide because I could not go back. I
Oh
was
God.
unable. I used to think that I should commit suicide because I cannot show my face to my parents. I
Right.
was a successful student and now I became a failed student, which I could not show to my parents.
Sure.
So that much worst condition I had in my mind. And when I started doing practice, that is regular practice of meditation, I could see a lot of silence, inner confidence, with which when I go to college, even I could face all the people. Otherwise, earlier I used to be very much dull, very much a low inferiority complex I used to have.
Wow.
So because of energy increase from inside. So when you do
Sure.
meditation, naturally the energy from inside will be increased, with which self-confidence. So
Right.
because self-energy is increased, self-confidence is naturally increased,
Right.
and even because of the change of the thinking patterns also, because of reading books, write spiritual books,
Right.
the way of approaching the people,
Right.
the way of
So
perceiving the things has been
great.
changed.
Great. So, you know, Umma Mahesh, I want to ask you this question. It may not directly be about spirituality, but very
Yeah,
important question that came to my mind right now while you're
yeah,
telling me. Because you see, the friend or the colleague who pushed you for the meditation
yeah,
did a great job and it worked for you. But there may be a lot of people listening out there, or there may be people out there, they don't even know the avenue of spirituality. They don't even, they are battling with this scenario, right? They're battling with the
yeah,
scenario maybe
yeah,
at the workplace, right? Maybe at the
yeah,
workplace,
yeah,
they're dealing with someone who they are afraid of. Maybe he is taking advantage or she's taking advantage of putting more work. I don't know. Maybe there are certain people who are still have that fear, anxiety, being taken advantage of. I don't know. There may be
yeah,
those kind of people as well. So
yeah.
now, to help those people, like, you know, if for example, I'm sure in your family they would have noticed something different about you,
Yes, yeah,
like when you are being bullied, or when you are being you know, you have this feeling that, you know, someone
right,
is coming to get me, and you're living in this flight or fight mode
right.
constantly. What are the things that one can observe about our loved ones, jaise ki, meaning, uh, say for example, what could your parents notice about you that were not right, so that everyone listening out there can understand that, you know what, they may observe that maybe their husband, maybe their wife, maybe their son, maybe their daughter going through, but they can pinpoint someone that, you know, this person is going through. What are the observation point that they can take up? They can talk to them, and maybe put them into the alignment of spirituality or help or anything like that. How will we observe and find out what are the key points that you think we should observe about our loved ones?
See, my cousin observed me. I was very silent. Earlier, I was very active. I became very much
Right.
dull because of this. Uh,
Right.
and it become I never used to mingle with anybody. I used to be always alone because I was unhappy with my own self. When I was very much happy with myself, I used to mingle with everybody. When you're not
Right.
happy with yourself, you cannot mingle with all of it because you feel you suffer with inferiority complex. Hmm?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
inferiority complex that used to be shown on my face. So many
Yeah.
people used to ask me, have you failed in love?" That's what the question they used to ask. I was not failed in love,
Ah,
but
interesting.
I was
Right.
failed in studies. I could
Right.
not express that because I cannot show my failure stage to my parents.
Wow. Okay.
So my cousin observed that, and he has, yeah, you are suffering, and you are trying many ways. I know a way. He told me, and he has brought me forcibly. Even I was not even listening to him
Yeah.
initially, but
Yeah.
forcibly he made me to sit. First, when he
Wow.
made me to sit, when I practically practiced it for 1 2 days, then I understood. Yes, this is practically possible. Then
Right.
another
Yeah.
very important thing is thinking pattern, as I already told.
Sure.
And earlier I
Sure.
used to think that for my suffering, the other people are the cause. That is blame game.
Mm.
I used to go in the blame game.
Right.
By going to spirituality, I understood that we should come out of the blame game and we should create our own reality. We should start working on our own reality. If we work on our own reality, we can definitely create a better future, better life. That's what
Right.
I understood. So
Right.
for that, I started working on meditation along with the thinking patterns.
Right, right. So what are the kind of people now that you have written a book, you've gone through your own personal experience and transformation, you've impacted so many people. What are the kind of people that you see more consistently that need help, like that are either going through some sort of challenge? What kind of people do we help today in current
See,
scenario?
not only people who are in in dull stage or very discomfortable, everybody nowadays
Sure.
are going through many challenges in day-to-day life. Maybe in
Yeah.
office, it may be at family. Because
Yeah.
in olden days, that was the case was different. In 30, 40 years case was different. Now everybody there is huge competition. There
Mm,
is
mm-hmm.
there are multiple problems because of technology, because of competition, because of losses of business, because of up and downs. Even now we
Yeah.
are seeing the corona. There are many unknown things are coming into picture. When many
Right.
unknown things are coming to picture, people are unable to face them. So
Yeah.
when you are ready with the knowledge and energy, you will be able to easily face. That's why we
Mm,
go to everywhere, even from village level to corporate people. We have gone to everybody, even from remote village, even Naxals kind of people have taught meditation.
wow.
Even rowdies, like who used to do the murders, even I went to jails also uh,
Right.
to teach meditation and spirituality. Even in
Right.
many people who were in the jails, that when they learned meditation, after coming out, they started meditation centers. That's what I
Right.
observed. Huh?
Right.
Even in corporates also, where I used to work in L&T, in Port again, Persistent,
Right.
even in big corporates also, they are undergoing a lot of stress. Lot of stress is there because of
Yeah.
workloads, because of
Yeah.
many goals in the work. So everybody nowadays need relief, need
Mm.
tension-free life. So for
Yeah.
that, they have to work on them. So that is why maximum possible people have been working on wherever it is possible for me.
Right. So how do you work on them, Umesh? So is it like a retreat that you do, or is it like a certain meditation program or a pattern that you've asked them to follow? And how are they? Maybe there are people who are listening out there right now. Maybe they
Yeah,
can reach you, maybe they can't. I'll ask you where they can reach you also. But
yeah.
if they want to do something on their own as well, so help me understand. First of all, how do you help them? Like, what is the time frame or the pattern or one exercise or something like that they
Yeah.
do?
So what we do, even for the students or even for anybody, so we'll organize a session, a meditation session for 1 hour to 2 hours. Huh? Say
Okay.
today itself in Zoom, we have organized almost 2.5 hour session. Somebody has organized almost 500 members attended that session. Unknown people, many unknown people came. So whatever the method of meditation I taught, I just told, we'll ask them to first sit in meditation for half an hour or 40 minutes. Right.
Right.
So when they practically sit, then they will experience it. Then later on, whatever I understood, whatever the thoughts, thinking patterns, positive thinking patterns, or e-course, all this kind of thinking, I will try to share with them so that they can also use in their life, day-to-day life. First thing is they
Got it.
will ask them to practice meditation for half an hour to 45 minutes. It may be in Zoom session now. Earlier, we used to go to a particular village. There,
Right.
100, 200 members used to gather. Even
Right.
I used to go to battalions in Kashmir, even
Right.
for airport army, Air Force army. I used to go there, ask them to sit for meditation first, explain the method of meditation,
Mm.
benefits of meditation, how the energy comes out of it by practicing meditation. That's what I used to explain. Then
Wow.
later on, knowledge sharing. Whatever the knowledge I got through books or through seniors like you,
Sure.
uh, whatever out of my experience, whatever I understood, I used to share. So around 1.5 hour to 2 hour session we conduct. The two free of course. We don't charge anything for that. Everything is free. Last 20 years I've been doing it.
Wow. Wow, such a phenomenal work, right? So, last but not the least, I want to know a little bit more about, your book, Think Differently, Umma Mahesh. What do you see? Like, if I have to summarize, what is the book about, and how it will benefit the people out there and is benefiting out there? What would you say?
Yeah, coming to the book, think differently. See, as I said, along with meditation, the way of thinking has helped me a lot. The change in the way of thinking. Normally, what we think just like our parents. We think just like our somebody beside us, or somebody who are neighbor to us, or based on our world. Instead of that, if we can have right thinking patterns, like how Vivekananda is thinking when the problem came. when the situation came into Chicago, how he thought about it and how he has faced it. So if you can go through the books of Vivekananda, Ramana Maharshi, or Paramahansa Yogananda, you will practically see how they have
Dealt with it.
transformed themselves by thinking differently.
Right.
We are in the same place, we'll feel alone, we feel depressed because there's no there we feel that we don't have any good opportunities and all. So
Yeah.
2 years back I thought of writing many quotations, like one line quotes. I started writing to help more because technology is increased. So one line quotes has reached thousands of people, and they started coming back to me, and they told that your one line quote has helped them a lot in
Wow.
their problems.
The
So
power of words, right?
yes,
Awesome.
so I used to write and send in Facebook and WhatsApp, whatever media is available. Unknown people, many unknown people from all over the world. From Australia, I got some calls. Some US, I got some calls. All over the world, they started reading, and they started feeling happy. Then they came back to me. Why don't you write a book on this? We need more
Wow.
explanation. So
Wow.
because of which, I initially, to answer their questions immediately, I started a YouTube channel called as Prakruthi Meditation, where I have
Great.
recorded almost 200 to 300 videos to answer their questions, mostly in Telugu. And then for the sake of them only, I have written a book based on almost 3,000 quotes I have written, out of which around 200 to 300 quotations I have taken. I have given
Right.
explanation
Wow.
by
So basically, those codes that meant
yes,
phenomenal value to you and to the world that you were trying to communicate with them.
yes,
You explain those codes in your book so that they
correct,
understand better and they are able to
yes,
utilize that
yes.
to their advantage. Wow. Fascinating.
Especially to be happy, the caption is to be happy anywhere, anytime. We
Yeah.
are here to be happy. Our birthright is to be happy. We have to be happy. If there is no happiness, there is no life.
Wow. That's
Whatever you
amazing.
achieve, whatever you don't achieve, you have to be happy. If you are happy, you can achieve a number of things. If you are unhappy,
Yes.
you cannot achieve anything. Happiness
100%.
is the way.
100%.
That is my main expression there. Happiness is the way. Hmm?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should be happy. If you are happy, you can create more of happiness in your
Right.
own life or in
So,
others' life.
yes. So, Umma Mahesh, in this tough time, right? What is the one or two things that you would really want people to know so that they are able to change their thinking, or maybe see it in a different way? Because you see, COVID is going on. A lot of people are
Yes.
losing their job. People are sitting at home and with fear, uncertainty, not knowing what is happening. How will this work? How will that work? They may have their parents who are aging. They're worried about them, and all these worries and concerns are like a huge cloud on their head every single day. So what, as one of the one of the leaders in the spiritual world, what would you say to these guys? What would you say to everyone out there? One or two things that can really help them, basically, one way or
Yes,
the other.
yes. So whatever happening is having some reason behind it. Maybe nature want to change the world. That is different story. But we should not focus more of it, more on that. If you focus more on it, as the law of attraction says, if you focus on anything, that will grow in your life. So if you are focusing on uncertainty of your job will be uncertain, undoubtedly. If
Right.
so, instead of listening all this news, wrong news, bad news, let us be careful. That is enough. Let us be careful about whatever the precautions to be taken for corona. You should take
I
all
totally
other
agree.
things. Yes, all other things you should not listen. If you listen more of them, your life will be more of the same thing. That's what law
Yeah.
of attraction says.
Yeah.
So don't repeat that thoughts. Don't listen to that thoughts. I got a job from in persistent company when there was recession.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
during the time of recession also you can
Wow.
get the jobs if we are
Sure.
having right positive thoughts in you.
Yeah.
So don't be much worried about all these rumors or what. It may be fact. The truth is, if you have right thought in your mind, if you have thoughts, positive thought in your mind, you will have only positive life. Everybody in this world might have got some, suffering, but you can have better life, best possible life. So don't much think about all the uncertainties. Whatever happening, let it happen. that is the that is called as mass reality. There are two things: you create your reality, and the mass people, if 1,000 people think in the same way, that will happen for that 1,000 people. So
Yeah.
don't involve into mass reality. You create your own reality with your own right thoughts, positive thoughts. You can definitely have best possible life. Even if you lose the job, you will get the best possible job. Many people I observed during the time of recession, last recession in 2010-9 time, many people lost job and they got best job with the best pay, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I feel. Let us
Awesome.
take precautions. That is more than
Sure.
enough. Precaution
Sure.
is more than enough.
Yeah, we must take precaution. There is no question
Yes.
about it. So, Umma Mahesh, where they can find you and how, if they want to reach out to you, where will they reach out to you?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page called as Prakruthi Umma Mahesh,
Okay.
or my profile page is Umma Mahesh Kumari in FB, uh, or in my YouTube, Prakruthi Meditation in YouTube.
Okay.
These are the three things where I am available.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I will put those links as well along with this podcast link and information. So great talking to you, Umesh. Thank you for giving us the
It's,
time and the insight and taking us through your journey of life and how you change and how you're impacting people in the world. It's amazing talking to you, Umesh, and I'm very happy for you. Keep moving forward and impacting lives. That's what we are all about, and that's what the work we have chosen for ourselves.
I thank you,
Awesome.
Irfan, personally for inviting me to this session, and I am also very much thankful for all your support, all the time you have been doing.
Thank
And
you.
I best of luck for all
Thank you so much.
whoever is listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.